Hello again, folks, and welcome to Poolside Serenade here in the glamorous Avalacondos in beautiful Sunny Isles Beach, Florida, 33160. The weatherman and weatherwoman, they threw us a curveball. We were supposed to do this at the pool. Unfortunately, it's been raining for 4 days, so we came into the clubhouse, but it's still a poolside serenade. Today we're going to be paying tribute to a singer who put the jazz in his pop music and put pop in his jazz music. I'm talking about the incomparable Tony Bennett. In case you're joining us late, folks, unfortunately, sadly, I have to report or inform you that Tony Bennett, he passed away this July of 2023, but he left behind a legacy of some great music, songs, lyrics, and personality that spanned at least 75 years. Tony Bennett. Hello again, my name is Vito LaVilla. I will be your host, entertainer, again. So before we kick off the show, I would like to introduce the man behind the camera. I've known this guy for over 30 years. He and his brother Richard have been my inspiration in just about everything that I do in the creative end, whether I'm making movies, whether I'm making theater, writing books, singing jazz. These guys have been there to inspire me, and that's why I love them. Maybe we can get him to come out in front of the camera, folks, and just say hello. No, he's shaking his head, he's shut. Well, anyway, his name is Vito LaVilla. And I'm grateful that he brought his mom down, Betty. Betty came, and Vito came all the way down from New Jersey to be here. So, V, whenever you're ready, you know the magic word that I want to hear.
And action.
Beautiful. I walk along the street of sorrow, the boulevard of broken dreams, where gigolo and gigolette can take a kiss with no regret, so they forget their broken dreams. Oh! Take my hand, I'm a stranger in paradise, all lost in a wonderland, a stranger in paradise. If I stand starry-eyed, that's a danger in paradise for mortals who stand beside and angels like us. In 1951, folks, Tony Bennett had his first signature song. I know you know it, Because of You. The song went right to the top of the charts, the billboards, the pop boards, whatever music boards, nationwide, #1. And the beauty behind that, it stayed #1 for 10 consecutive weeks. Major. So I know you know the song, so please, sing along. Because of you, there's a song in my heart. Because of you, my romance had its start. Because of you, the sun will shine. The moon and stars will say you're mine. Forever and never to part. I only live for your love and your kiss. It's paradise to be near you like this. Because of you, my life is now worthwhile. And I can smile because of you. In 1953, just 2 years later, bingo, another #1 hit song, Rags to Riches. Again, it stayed #1 nationwide for weeks and weeks and weeks. But there's a beauty beside this. We'll have to fast forward 40 years to 1990, where a talented movie director by the name of Martin Scorsese. He made a movie called Goodfellas. Remember that movie, Goodfellas, with De Niro and Pesci and Liotta and some great actors. Excuse me. Well, the opening song in that movie, as the opening credits rolled on the screen, you hear Tony Bennett's Rags to Riches 1953 version. Great compliment. So, I think we know the words. Let's sing it. I know I'll go from rags to riches if you would only say you can. And though my pocket may be empty, I'd be a millionaire. My clothes may still be torn and tattered, but in my heart I'd be a king. Your love is all that ever matters. It's everything. So, open your arms and you open the door to all those treasures I've been hoping for. Hold me and kiss me and tell me you're mine evermore. Must I forever be a beggar whose golden dreams never come true? Or will I go from rags to riches? My fate is up to you. You know, being in show business world is really, really crazy. You like, there are a lot of ups and downs. You just pray to God that there are more ups and downs. And Tony Bennett was not immune to, these ups and downs. As a matter of fact, it took a little over 10 years before he reached his third signature song. And from all accounts, it is by far his most memorable of all his signature songs. I know you know the words. A lot of people just come and they sing just the chorus. I like the intro, the opening, because it tells me a little something about the writer, the lyricist, the composer. So with your permission, I would like to sing the intro, and if you want to chime in with the chorus, be my guest. Is that all right? I can't hear you.
Yeah.
All right. The loveliness of Paris seems somehow sadly gay. The glory that was Rome is of another day. I've been terribly alone and forgotten in Manhattan. I'm going home to my city by the bay. You could chime in, folks. I left my heart in San Francisco, high on a hill. It calls to me to be where little cable cars climb halfway to the stars. The morning fire may fill the air. I don't care. My love waits there in San Francisco, above the blue and windy sea. When I come home to you, San Francisco, your golden sun will shine for me. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo. Yeah, Tony Bennett. So I'm going to tell you a little story. This one, I'm just a little trivia. It has a little quiz question to it. Excuse me. So people often ask me, Peter, who discovered Tony Bennett? So me, being a former newspaper reporter, I got to do my due diligence. I do my investigative work. I put on my scoop cap and I delve right into the investigation. And here's what I learned. In the late 1940s, a beautiful and talented black woman by the name of Pearl Bailey, she was doing her own gig. She's a singer and she had a nightclub gig in New York City. and she asked Tony Bennett if he would open up the act for her. In other words, what they used to do back in the day, he would come on, sing a few songs, warm up the audience, maybe crack a joke or two, and then introduce the headliner, Pearl Bailey. One night, an entertainer sitting in the audience, big. I'm talking about Bob Hope. Bob Hope sitting in the audience. There was nobody in 1940s, 50s, and 60s bigger than Bob Hope in entertainment. So he was so, according to the reports, he was so impressed with Tony Bennett, he went backstage and he said, listen, I like the way you sound, the way you sing. I'd like you to come on my show and come tour with me. You get some recognition. It'll be good for you. He says that there's only one thing. You got to change your stage name. It's not you, it's terrible. Here's the adjective I used. It's unmemorable. It's like people say, what was that guy's name again? You got to change your stage name. So Tony Bennett said, okay, I'll use the name that I was born with, Antonio Dominic Benedito. Bob Hope said, it's too long, it'll never fit on the marquee. Shorter. So what they did was, they took Antonio and Americanized it and called him Anthony. And then when he got into the neighborhood, Anthony became Tony. That was perfect. Then Benedito. What they did was they took some E's, some N's, some O's, some T's, bada beep, bada boop. They mixed everything around and came up with Bennett. Tony Bennett never looked back for 75 years, and I'm very happy that. So that's the story on who discovered Tony Bennett. But there's a quiz question in my mind because I'm an inquisitive reporter. What was the stage name? The stage name that Bob Hope told Tony Bennett he's got to change. Does anybody remember that stage name? Don't be shy. Shout it out if you know.
Leslie.
What's that?
Leslie.
Leslie?
No?
Forget about it. Anybody else? The name was Joe Barry. B-A-R-I. Barry. So I think Tony Bennett is a better name. That's only me. Anyway, so I don't know if I mentioned at the top of the show, but we're also going to cover some of those duets. Did anybody ever see those duets on a fabulous PBS station? Great performances. Tony Bennett and some of his guests. Check out the lineup. Different times. Barbra Streisand, Lady Gaga. From Canada, I know we have some Canadians. There's Diana Krall, Aretha Franklin, some of the guys, Stevie Wonder, Andre Bocelli, Elton John. I could do a 20-minute show just talking about it. So we're just going to do just a short medley of some of those songs on the duets. The opening one, this song was written and composed in the 1930s by Irving Berlin. It was in the movie, the star of the movie with Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers in the movie Top Hat. And the song, believe it or not, this is the 1930s. Here we are, 2023. The song is still popular. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and the kids that hung around me through the week seem to vanish like a gambler's lucky streak when we're out together dancing, laughing and romancing. When we're out together dancing, cheek to cheek. Yes. So how about this cutie? Out of a tree of life of just picked me a plum. You came along and everything started to hum. So it's a real good bet. The best is yet to come. But the best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine? You think you've seen the sun, but baby, you ain't seen it shine. Wait till the best gets underway. Wait till I draw you near. Wait till the best gets underway. Ain't nothing like it, dear. Oh, the best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine? Fly me to the moon. Let me play among the stars. Let me know what life is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, I hold my hand. In other words, sugar kiss me. I fill my heart with song. Let me play forevermore. Cause you are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, woo 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 woo. In other words, I love you. I've got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. I've got that string around my finger. Oh, love, give me, can't you see I'm in love? Oh, I've got a song that I sing. I can face that rainbow every time I touch your finger. Lucky me, can't you see I'm in love? Oh, life's a beautiful thing. As long as I hold that string, I'd be a silly so-and-so if I should ever let you go. I've got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got that string around my finger. What a world, woo, 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 what a life. Hey baby, I'm in love, love, love. Tony Bennett. Yeah. I gotta tell you one short story. I know you're gonna find it kind of cute. First I gotta take a little sip. I woke up with a sore throat today. I don't know why. Anyway, so I'm sitting home one night. The phone rings. It's Hoboken, New Jersey calling. It's my buddy Jimmy Farina, the city clerk of that fabulous city called Hoboken, where I once lived for a long time. Peter, did you know Frank Sinatra and Tony Bennett were the best of friends? James, of course I know. The whole world knows that. Peter, did you know that Frank Sinatra and Tony Bennett, they were so close you couldn't get daylight, a beam going through them? James, of course I know it. The whole world knows that. Peter, did you know that Frank Sinatra had a pet name he called Tony Bennett? James, I didn't know that. So folks, now that I know, I'm going to ask you, does anybody know what the pet name was that Frank Sinatra, and it's an affectionate name, not a derogatory name. What was the pet name Frank Sinatra called Tony Bennett? Anybody? Where's that lady who had a Leslie? Any? Frank Sinatra called Tony Bennett Kid. K-I-D. See? All right, kid, break a leg tonight with the show. I know you're going to knock him dead, and then tomorrow, kid, we'll meet for lunch. That's friendship. Tony Bennett, Frank Sinatra. As a matter of fact, in my research for all this stuff, there was a line item written by a newspaper reporter that he asked Frank Sinatra, who at the time was considered the best saloon singer around. So the reporter said to Mr. Sinatra, well, who do you think is the best saloon singer around on the scene today? And Frank Sinatra said, and I quote, for my money, Tony Bennett. That's a compliment. Here's a saloon song. I'm gonna love you like nobody's loved you. Come rain or come shine. high as a mountain, deep as a river, come rain or come shine. I guess when you met me, it was just one of those things. But don't ever bet me, 'cause you know I'm gonna be true if you let me. You're gonna love me like nobody's loved me, come rain or come shine. Happy together, unhappy together. Now won't that be fine? Days may be cloudy or sunny. We're in or we're out of the money. But I'm with you always. I'm with you, rain or shine. Rain or shine. Rain or shine. Boom. Something about lyrics that really attracted Tony Bennett, just like his contemporaries, Nat King Cole, Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald. They all looked for songs that had, you know, the meanings, good meanings, and it less it'd be around, not the bubblegum type. So here's a song written by one of the Beatles, George Harrison, that Tony Bennett enjoyed recording. Something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover. Something in the way she woos me, yeah. I don't wanna leave her now. You know I believe in how. Somewhere in her smile she knows that there could be no other lover. Something in her style has shown me I don't want to leave her now. You know I believe in how. You ask me if my love will go. I don't know. I don't know. Just stick around now and it may show. I don't know. I don't know. Something in the way she moves excites me like no other lover. Something in the way she grooves me, yeah. I don't wanna leave her now, well. The Beatles. All right, so we're gonna close the show with this song. This was a duet. Tony Bennett and one of my favorites, Barbra Streisand. I'm hoping that the leaders of the world are listening and reading the lyrics, because I can tell you, I can tell them to stop killing our children and grandchildren and our brothers and sisters. And from my point of view, the world in which I live right now stinks. Please change it. Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your tears and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll find that sun comes shining through for you. Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Thank you, Tony Bennett. Rest in peace. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming out. Thank you. God bless. Arrivederci. Ciao.